Well, there you go. Just kissing the frost again. Wasn't any new babies earlier. Tylin was thinking that Boomer would have a calf by morning. And, some of these cows, they get a little loose in the rear ends. And next thing you see, they're not so loose. And she's not so loose this morning. So I don't know what she's doing. They do that once in a while. But hey, I see our friends to the north are getting along with calving season. BCP Farm and Trucking, they got a new calf on the ground today. Probably yesterday, actually. Got a video up this morning about that. And Piper Doug, he let me know that they got 2 calves on the ground now. So I imagine he'll have a video out here before too much longer showing them. And Straight Pipe Acres, he's had a few on the ground for a while. Diamond Heart Ranch, he put a video up last night. Their season started a little early according to the calendar, but 23 calves on the ground, I think he said. So there's lots of babies out there to see if you want to see them. Oh, and just a little tidbit. You know, YouTube has been giving some of us fits for a while. I mean, they kicked me right square in the gonads. Done a number with what I wasn't getting for monetization. That happened first of the year. Went to about a quarter of what I was getting. No explanation as to why. But hey, Sven, there's those deer again. And that's probably about the same distance. It'd be around 400 meters. So, you know. Anyway, and they were doing their stuff about blocking people's comments and not putting them in review and that kind of thing. You know, Ron and Cole couldn't reply to anything on my channel, and a few other people couldn't even comment. It would pop up on Studio, that give you a little thing on the sidebar, said, so somebody commented, and I'd go there and it would say, this comment is no longer available. Well, makes it kind of hard to interact with people that way. Makes me feel like shit, because then people think I'm ignoring them. And really, frankly, pisses me off. Yeah, it does. What do you think? Okay. You know, magically, some are commenting again. YouTube decided like a week ago to let that happen. Martin Benton, Doc, he messaged me yesterday and says, hey, YouTube won't let me comment on your video. Hey, so we're going for another round of people not being allowed to comment. And the other thing I've noticed, as far as the number of comments on my videos, I mean, that stayed fairly constant as far as what they're showing me that there is. But all of a sudden, the views are, you know, staying about normal. But the likes, I mean, come on, usually the likes and the views are really close to being the same. Oh, the likes are only about 1/3 of what the views are. Just little things I've noticed. And, you know, all that stuff goes toward what you get for monetization. And there was something else I was going to say, too. Oh, yeah. Every now and then I go into YouTube Studio and look for comments that they've chosen to hold for review, which since right after Christmas, that has been empty. You know, so many comments don't show on the video for anybody to see, except for the person that put the comment. Because you can see that, but nobody else sees it. That's why you don't get a like or a heart or a reply, because nobody knows it's there. But also when you look in Studio, you can click on comments and it'll show comments for videos. Well, it doesn't show every comment for video as you're looking. It just shows the ones they chose not to show to everybody. But they're not in review either. And the ones that are there, we can hit the like on them. We can hit the heart on them. We can reply to them. Seems quite a few of you have been shoved into that category. It doesn't show up in the comments under the video. It only shows up in studio. I didn't get a chance to read all of them. There are literally hundreds from the last month. So that's the kind of crap that YouTube's pulling. So everyone that's in studio, they're not counting. Which probably means they're not counting those people's likes either. Okay, hopefully that's my rant for the day, since that's literally half of the time I usually try to do a video in. So we'll see what the day brings. It's chilly. It's kind of damp. But hey, there is a little color up there. There you go, Nelson. It's out and about. Fill the shock tank, and gotta go back far end of the big bale barn and pump a tire up on the truck that's parked back there. So, while it's out. Well, I come in to check on cows. She was laying right on the side of where Minnie's walking. Right as she was standing up, I heard a whoosh. I didn't expect to see the hooves out that quick, because to look at her from the back right before I got her turned to come through the gate, you would not have thought that she was even thinking about it right now. She wasn't even on the radar. 721E. Not even a thought. So, and there's a big set of hooves, but she's not too bad a sized cow, so she should be all right. I'm going to walk away and leave her alone. Well, she was upset when she got put in by herself. Suck that bugger in. So, Ty and I went and did a few other things. We've been out of this barn for 15 minutes maybe. She had absolutely nothing showing when we walked out. And now she's got a calf on the ground. We don't know what it is yet, but it's breathing. Its head's up. And that's 99.9% of it. Kind of looks like it might be a heifer, but tail's kind of in the way too. So, another one down. Well, like I just said, the tail was in the way. I couldn't tell. He's got to change first.
We got a leprechaun.
So, Ty says this one's leprechaun. If it was going to be a her, it was going to be Charm.
You like Lucky Charms to the leprechaun?
Of course, I think if we get a her today, it should be Shamrock.
Well, that too. We'll tell Boomer to do something. We need a girl.
Anyway, Boomer's. Owie! Careful, kid. Anyway, like I said, another one, live one on the ground. That's what counts. Well, if you know what that goo is, you know we should be expecting a calf someplace. I have no idea who lost that. I mean, the two most likely suspects that we could find are now over there. Boomer and 612D. 612D's got an eye issue, so we just treated her. Other than that, we don't know who the hell. I found that, about an hour and a half ago. So now it's, do we got one that's just too lazy to push? Don't know. But somebody's got to have a calf pretty soon after they drop that on the ground. 'Tis that time of day again. We still don't know who lost their water over there. I've checked every single backside. And the three we got in are the closest looking. So hopefully, let's just one of them, and hopefully we don't have any issues. I really don't think it's from that cow from earlier, because it wasn't anywhere near where she was laying. And I heard it where she was laying. I heard it go whoosh. And this was where another cow was laying, but I don't know who was laying there. And of course, you know, they change places through the day. So, I know it wasn't her. She's already got a calf. And so does she. So does most of, well, a good share of them. I shouldn't say most of them. And the frogs were making a bunch of noise just a little bit ago, but now they're kind of quiet. There's still a few if you can hear them. Old Minnie Moo was like an old freaking dairy cow, just like her mother did. So, anyway, unless something happens here real soon, this is going to be the end of the video. So, thank you all for watching. And have a good Friday. Well, we narrowed it down. Boomer's the one acting funny in here. The other's been chewing her cud, not worried about anything. Every now and then she's humping up like she wants to push, but she's not. So, I don't know if we got something going on, or calf just ain't ready to come out yet, or what. The only way to find out is to catch her and reach in and see. And right now she's not real happy because everybody else is out in the feed barn and she's over here. And this one, we had trouble with her last year. She doesn't do a very good job cleaning her calf. Her calf, a week old, looks like shit because it never gets cleaned up. So Ty toweled it as good as she could after Mama did her a little bit. And he's got a jacket on tonight, so just because he was cold. And she don't always like to let him eat when they're first born, so she may be getting stuck in lockups there and get a foot tied back and let the calf eat. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the best I can tell you for now. We're going to see what she does in the next probably hour or so. I don't like waiting that long when I know by now it's been over 2 hours since that water bag came out. But without 100% proof, what do you do? Well, your video might be a little late. We did confirm it's Boomer. She's had them hooves out about 6 or 8 inches a couple of times, but they've been showing for the last half hour, 45 minutes. So she's got her a chunk of twine in her hand. She's gonna see what that'll do, and hopefully show you a nice live calf here in a few minutes. Sometimes it just takes a little help. And sometimes they hang up there for a minute. Ain't hip locked, it's past the hips. It's just stuck in the vulva. About to fall on Ty's head because it's still moving. And Mom was just telling me she read a thing where they're saying, no, it don't do any good to hang them.
Boy.
There's a big bull calf. Out of a big cow. He ain't real lively yet, but he's alive. He just ain't real lively yet. And by the way, that's how a cow's supposed to work on their calf when it comes out. She never has screwed around.
Yeah.
As a 2-year-old, she got into some white mold that was in a feeder out in front when we still had the neighbors. She had a set of twins about 5 feet from the road. It was about 15 degrees out, and they were every bit of 5 to 6 weeks early. I did kind of determine by the way they looked, they might have been viable, but white mold causes abortions, and that's what she did. So there we go. I'm going to guess that might be shamrock. Sounds good enough to me. So there you go. 2 St. Patty's Day babies. And I didn't find anything coming out of anybody else. So sorry the video is a touch late. Well, it might be. It probably will be.